Are you feeling overwhelmed and unbalanced in your life? Do you want to live a happier, healthier, and prosperous life? Life can be overwhelming, and it's easy to feel out of balance. You want to achieve happiness, health, and prosperity, but don't know where to start. It seems like no matter how hard you try, there's always something that needs more attention or energy than you have available. You're stuck in the cycle of stress and exhaustion with no sight in mind. But it doesn't have to be this way. By mastering life's balance, you can create a more fulfilling, joyful, and prosperous life. Today, I'll share 5 key steps to help you get back on track so that you can achieve true happiness and fulfillment. Hello, and welcome to Rise Your Money Power, where we have honest conversations to empower you around your relationship with money. I'm Pamela Plick, and I'm on a mission to empower women to confidently build wealth from the inside out. I help purpose-driven women to overcome feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck related to their personal relationship with money, so they can become more confident, achieve peace of mind, financial freedom, and impact without fear. And I do this through my signature programs and services, events, and community. We all need balance in order to live a happy, healthy, and prosperous life. Everything in this world comes down to finding the proper balance, whether it's in work life and home life, our finances, eating healthy, doing stuff for others without neglecting yourself, etc. Everything works better and goes more smoothly when you've got balance. Achieving balance isn't the easiest thing, but here are 5 steps to introduce more balance into your life and get things going in the right direction. The first step to introduce more balance into your life is to prioritize. Prioritizing and scheduling can be a great practice to start introducing more of a sense of balance in your life. We all have busy lives and long to-do lists. The only way we're ever going to get everything done and find balance in our lives is by prioritizing what needs to be done, when, and scheduling our days. The tricky part to this is deciding just what's important. In some cases, you may work may be a priority, but in others, family or friends may take priority over your work on your to-do list. Only you can decide what's important and what should be prioritized on your schedule and when. Once you've identified your priorities and scheduled them in, it's important to be disciplined about sticking to your plan. With that in mind, find ways to incorporate healthy habits into your daily routine. These can be as simple as taking a few minutes each morning to meditate or going on a walk during your lunch break. In addition to prioritizing and scheduling, it's also important to consider how you are allocating your time. When creating a schedule, be mindful of the amount of time you're devoting to various tasks and activities. For example, if you have a job or a business or run a business that requires 8 hours a day, 8 hours per day of work, then try not to dedicate too much more than that to work-related activities during your personal life. Make sure you plan for enough time for yourself and for relaxation activities such as reading a book or watching a movie or just spending time with your family. It can also be helpful to set aside some me time throughout the week so that you can focus on yourself rather than your obligations. It's also essential to practice self-care when attempting to find balance in your life. Often as women, we put our own needs on hold because we think that other things and people take priority. However, attending to your own health and well-being should always be considered a priority as well, so that you will ultimately keep everything else in balance. Some examples of self-care include making sure that we get enough sleep, eating healthy, exercising regularly, and taking breaks throughout the day as needed. The second step to introduce more balance into your life is to set goals. Setting both long-term and short-term goals can prove to be incredibly helpful in achieving balance in your life. It helps you to keep your sights on what you want and what's important, avoiding too much straying from your path. Setting short-term goals in particular allows you to break down the long-term goals into smaller chunks, which can help you measure progress and stay on track and stay motivated. This in turn can help you to stay focused on reaching those long-term objectives and avoid any distractions and detours. Additionally, it allows you to adjust your strategies as needed to ensure that you're following the most effective path towards achieving your goals and dreams. Setting measurable goals is also important for tracking progress because it helps to set concrete milestones that can be easily tracked. Additionally, creating a plan and a timeline for meeting your goals will help you keep accountable and motivated to achieve them. And finally, setting both short-term and long-term goals can provide an added sense of accomplishment when you reach certain checkpoints or milestones along the way. And by setting and achieving goals, you can also gain a sense of satisfaction and accomplishment that will help keep your life balanced. This can also improve your self-confidence because success breeds more success. By staying organized and focused on the goals that you set for yourself, you're able to maintain balance in both work and home life. With a clear set of objectives in place, it is also easier to prioritize what's most important while avoiding unnecessary stress and distractions. Overall, goal setting is an invaluable tool when it comes to creating balance in your life. The third step to introduce more balance into your life is to be specific in your schedule and review it. In order to achieve more balance, for example, one of your goals might be to spend more time elevating your skills or learning a new skill. Then you're more likely to complete it by saying, complete at least one training module every Tuesday and Thursday evening at 5 o'clock, for example, rather than if you say complete training modules at least twice a week. Don't set yourself up for failure. By creating detailed yet realistic schedule, it's easier to stay organized and focused on what matters most in life. While this gives a greater sense of balance, it can be easier to achieve goals that are important for a fulfilled life. Once you've completed your schedule and are sure that you're specific in the goals that you want to achieve and the necessary steps to get there, then you should review your schedule. It's so important to allow yourself to reflect on your goals and priorities to ensure that everything is as you need it to be. Also, it helps keep things on track and prevents you from becoming overwhelmed or overcommitted. Now, I want to make a note. Let's talk a little bit about, we talked earlier about making sure that in prioritizing, that you're prioritizing yourself as well. But we're talking about calendar and, creating a schedule. Remember to put yourself on the calendar. No matter how busy life gets, sometimes it's important to take time out for yourself every day. This could mean anything from spending a few minutes in meditation every morning before starting your day, or to taking an hour-long walk during midday, and doing something relaxing, such as reading or exercising in the evening. The key is to make sure whatever activity you choose, that it recharges you and it relaxes your mind, body, and spirit. Doing this regularly can help to reduce your stress level and reset for the upcoming day and week ahead. Additionally, taking time for yourself can provide an opportunity to reflect on life, set new goals, or even simply appreciate what's going on in life at the moment. And ultimately, making sure to make time for yourself helps create that balance between work, rest, and play. The fourth step to introduce more balance into your life is to find an accountability partner. And an accountability partner is someone who holds you accountable for the goals that you've made, the priorities that you set, and things that you said you wanted to do and accomplish. It's easier to find balance and stick to your goals and schedule when you have someone to be accountable to, that's also accountable to you. Having an accountability partner can be incredibly helpful when it comes to staying on track with personal as well as professional goals and ambitions. Ultimately, though, it's important to choose someone who has similar values. Not only similar values, but also similar interests or ambitions in order to create a healthy relationship that supports both parties in achieving their desired outcome. Your relationship with your accountability partner should be interactive and mutual. If you're not pulling your own weight or you're carrying more than your load, you could be hurting yourself more than helping. Having an accountability partner can be extremely beneficial to ensure that you're staying on track and progressing. It can be useful to have someone who is able to challenge you, encourage you, and help motivate and support you. This can help balance, again, the stress levels or anxiety levels that you may have, while also providing structure and direction. When choosing an accountability partner, it's also important to pick someone who has similar aspirations, aspirations and values, because this will create a strong bond between the both of you, which helps both of you reach your desired goals. The relationship should be balanced between both parties, with each person carrying their own weight, as well as understanding when flexibility is needed. The feedback provided should always be constructive, honest, and individual and respectful of individual boundaries. Working together with an accountability partner can bring new perspectives, clarity in objectives, and also innovative ideas that might not have been achieved alone. This relationship between an accountability partner and yourself should be continuous. You should provide regular check-ins to ensure progress is being made, but also allow for breaks from time to time if needed. Ultimately, having someone to keep you accountable will make it easier for you to stay on track with your commitments and achieve your ambitions. And I want to share, I truly believe in having an accountability partner, in which I call it a mastermind partner as well. And I have a colleague and friend that we are accountability buddies and mastermind buddies for each other. We actually just had a meeting recently. And what I love about it is, again, there's that trust, between the two of us. We share ideas. If we have, we're struggling with a certain, situation, then the other person can come back with ideas and suggestions. And I always look forward, we meet once a month, and so on Zoom, and I love that. I look forward to our meetings because it's so beneficial, and it has really empowered me to continue, and I know it's empowered her as well, to continue to reach the vision and goals that we have. Now, the fifth step to introduce more balance into your life is to always keep the process in mind. An important factor of achieving a successful balance in life is to remember that it's about the process, not just about the end result. Remember, life is a journey, it's not a destination. So it's also important to appreciate each step of your journey along the way. Celebrating small wins and taking time to reflect on progress can help keep us motivated and inspired, even when things get rough. Focusing on the journey can also help us to stay present in our lives rather than worrying about reaching a certain destination in an allotted time frame. And this concept of focusing on the process has been used for centuries as a practical approach for managing stress and other obstacles. And by keeping our attention on what we have control over, which is the present moment, we can let go of worrying about future outcomes or worrying over past mistakes. Instead of stressing out over how we'll progress or how we're progressing towards our goals, we can take one step at a time, one inspired step at a time, with acceptance and understanding that things don't always happen overnight. Now, accepting that it doesn't have to be perfect and embracing each new experience as part of our growth can also help us to keep balanced. Taking ourselves less seriously and lightening up our mental load will also help in keeping perspective while ensuring that we take breaks when needed to avoid burnout or exhaustion. Life is full of uncertainties, so instead of letting them weigh us down, it's more productive to surrender control and trust that whatever path we choose will eventually lead us to where we need to be. Finding balance in life is essential to living a full, healthy, and prosperous lifestyle with the right mindset and accountability partner, and focusing on the process over the outcomes. You can make strides towards achieving that balance. Whether it's taking time out for yourself or enlisting the help from someone else, it all comes down to finding what works best for you. Remember that progress isn't linear. It's not a straight line. There will be highs, there will be lows along the way, but these are all part of your journey to discovering more about who you are as a person. By focusing on the present moment with acceptance and understanding, you'll be well equipped to tackle any obstacle that stands in your way. To recap, I shared 5 steps to help you master life's balance so that you can create a more fulfilling, joyous, and prosperous life. Step 1, prioritize and schedule. Step 2, set goals. Step 3, be specific in your schedule and review it. Step 4, find an accountability partner. And lastly, keep the process in mind. Now, I'd like to ask you to take some time to reflect on your current relationship with money and your current situation, and ask yourself these 3 questions to help you gain clarity and motivate yourself into action. Number 1, ask yourself, what do I need to create a better balance in my life? How can I stay accountable and motivated on my journey? And what steps should I take to maintain a positive mindset? I have 2 free gifts that I'd like to offer that will help you take this learning even further. My first gift is for you. If you would like to learn more about your current relationship with money and how it may be preventing you from taking action or creating more balance in your life, then I invite you to take my free money type quiz. It only takes 5 minutes to complete, and it can change your life. Now, the second gift is for you. If you're ready to outline a mini plan so that you can overcome any challenging patterns and blocks and identify your next steps towards building a more empowered relationship with money and creating more balance in your life, then I invite you to apply for my free 30-minute Money Power Breakthrough Call. If you'd like to take advantage of either of these gifts, you can just go to PamelaPlick.com/thank you. That's PamelaPlick.com/thank you. And after you've accessed your free gift, then I invite you to check out the other tools and resources that I have that are available to help you to start unlocking your financial freedom and setting you up for long-term success. In closing, I'd like to leave you with this quote. Life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy each step along the way and focus on the present moment with acceptance and understanding. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Until next time, remember, you can rise to your money power.